Hello everyone. Welcome back to the MMA Hippo channel. Been a minute. But got done with school, so, had to get that done. But now I'm breaking down UFC 328's main card, my predictions for each fight. And I'll walk you through why I believe that. Starting off on the main card, we got Bobby Green versus the real hardest hitting 145 pounder. Uh, I'm not calling Bobby Green by that name. But yeah, so this fight's pretty interesting because, Jeremy Stevens, obviously, he had like one recent fight in the UFC and then he lost, I believe. Yeah, he lost pretty badly. I believe he just got grappled the whole time. And then before that, he's been in and out of like BKFC. He had a boxing match with Aldo. Hasn't really, come back to the MMA scene for a while. He's also like 40, so, he's not getting any younger, not getting any better. Definitely past his peak. So now, uh, the odds definitely do reflect that too, with Bobby Green being minus 450, because there's a very good chance that he just styles on Jeremy Stevens, and that's kind of the key for Bobby Green, just to do what he does. This kind of a ideal matchup for him. To be honest, if he still has his boxing, I mean Jeremy Stevens is gonna come to knock him out, and yeah, I mean Jeremy Stevens, he's gonna need to make it rough. He's gonna have to walk through a lot of shots. He's gonna have to take some punishment early. But I think for this fight, you know, I've been conflicted just because of the power of Jeremy Stevens, but I don't believe that he has the athleticism and just the skill anymore to catch Bobby Green. If this was 10 years ago, obviously I'm switching my pick, but I just believe that Bobby Green probably just too slick for Jeremy Stevens still, even though Bobby Green fucking sucks and his chin is just not very good. This could definitely be a fight where Jeremy Stevens just fucking brutally kills Bobby Green, and that's the end of Bobby Green. He's just fucking dead. But I'm going to go Bobby Green by, I'm going to say 30-26. I think there's a good chance he gets a 10-8 in there. I think he's going to really fuck up Jeremy, and I think he's going to style on him, but I don't think it's going to be enough to get Jeremy Stevens out of there. He's pretty tough. I think he'll be durable enough to last all 15 minutes. So yeah, I'm going to go Bobby Green, unanimous decision with a 10-8 round in there, so 30-26. But moving on, we have Sean Brady versus Joaquin Buckley. Now this whole card is filled with pretty good fights, because this is also another interesting matchup, because you got Sean Brady coming off the loss to Michael Morales, where he just got fucking dominated and destroyed, and then Joaquin Buckley on the other hand, who just faced Kamaru Usman, the old man, fucking Marty Fake Newsman, CEO of EPO, and he got fucking destroyed by him, and had literally no answer for the takedowns. One of the most pathetic performances of recent times. So then, this fight, obviously, I mean, if Sean Brady, much better grappler, much, like, more in his prime, more in his youth than Marty Fake Newsman, better reaction times, and just, even though, like, the I understand Sean Brady's a bad striker, but he is a better striker than Kamaru Usman, because Kamaru Usman in his last couple fights has literally looked fucking terrible striking. It doesn't even look like he knows how to throw a fucking jab. So I think Sean Brady's just going to be, like, too much for Joaquin Buckley. I mean, that's just kind of the go-to pick. I think he's probably going to submit him in round 2 or 3. I'm going to say round 2. I'll say round 2 Sean Brady submission. I just don't think, like, Buckley is really, like, he's an explosive guy, but he's just not accurate enough. He's not good enough to be like one of these top guys. Like, he can land some knockout blows and everything, but he's not going to be a guy that comes in, beats all these top contenders. He just lost fucking Kamaru Usman, and I understand that Sean Brady, when he starts to get hurt, it's just kind of like he just fucking, like, if he gets hurt, he's done. But I just think that Sean Brady's a more complete fighter, better fighter, much stronger in the grappling, obviously, like, and that's going to be very prevalent. I think he's going to have his way with Joaquin Buckley and finish him in the second round by submission. So that's my pick for that. Moving on, we got another fucking very interesting fight. Alexander Volkov versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. Volkov is actually favored in this matchup. I've been conflicted on this because you never know with heavyweight. Some guys can have, a rise like Waldo and then just be fucking terrible. Or they can be, a Tom Aspinall. Waldo isn't going to be a Tom Aspinall. I mean, that's just, you can tell that he's not that good. But, I don't know. I feel like, also with this matchup, in their last fights, like, I mean, Waldo fucking tapped Derek Lewis on the head and he just gave up. But I mean, he was still doing really good. Waldo has a really good jab, and he's got some good boxing for heavyweight. So that's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be hard to work his jab, hard to get anything really big going, just because Volkov's a much taller, better range striker. But this is gonna be a stand-up fight, and Volkov. Listen, if this was Volkov a year ago, I would favor him. But dude, that last fight against Gelton Almeida, he looked fucking terrible. Like, I, I don't know. I just thought he looked absolutely washed. I could be wrong. Maybe he comes out, maybe it was just the wrestling that really fucked him up. But I just think he looked like his time was up. I think that loss to Cyril Gane really fucked him up. Even though a lot of people say it was a robbery, I mean I probably agree with that. I'm just a little bit of a Cyril Gane fan, but you know, I just don't think Volkov really has it anymore. I think he's definitely past his peak. I mean, he's like 40 now? Been in the UFC for like 10 years or more. So, he's getting up there in age, not getting any younger. Already had his chin cracked by Derek Lewis. I think there's a good chance we see Waldo finish Volkov. I'm going to say second round TKO by Waldo Cortez Acosta. I know that sounds crazy just because, Waldo, I mean, he's lost before in the UFC. Hasn't really looked the best in some fights, but I just think he's going to be too youthful and the momentum's on his side. And Volkov, the momentum's not on his side at all. No, I could be very wrong. I could definitely see this being a boring fucking fight where Volkov just kind of dominates him from distance and maybe even finishes him. But I just don't believe that's the Volkov we're dealing with. I think we're going to be dealing with a, much older, broken down Volkov that hasn't, looked the best in a couple fights. So I'm going to go Waldo Cortez Acosta by second round TKO for the upset, actually. Moving on to the co-main, we got the challenger, Tatsuro Taira, who's good, but hey, he ain't ever fought Joshua Van. So we got Joshua Van being an underdog coming in as the champion. That's pretty interesting. I actually thought Tatsuro Taira was much bigger than Van, but he's actually not. He just has a much, 5-inch reach advantage, which is going to help him a lot. Anyways, I worry for Joshua Van in this fight with the grappling. I do. Because Tatsuro Taira is very elite. And it seems like it's only a matter of time for him. So there's definitely that threat. I think Van is being underrated though in this matchup, and I think he's gonna win by split decision. I feel like he's gonna land the more heavier shots. Tyra's striking is pretty shit. So yeah, Van by split decision. And then on to the main event. I mean, do I even have to fucking speak on this? It's gonna be Khamzat by submission. Sean's not gonna be good enough to stop him. And even if he is, Khamzat's just going to lay on him for fucking 25 minutes. So, yeah, I'm going Khamzat by round 1 submission. And then they're going to fight afterwards. And Khamzat's team is probably going to win that too, so, yeah. But those are the fight picks for 328. Thanks for watching.